And now, here's something that started, though, that it is very troubling. And if I see this guy, I need to have a word with him. And the whole NBC conglomeration of networks in general are a bunch of race-baiting a-holes. And, of course, we start with the number one guy who launched it, who launched the term. Here's Van Jones.
There's another side to this. People have talked about a miracle. I'm hearing about a nightmare. It's hard to be a parent tonight for a lot of us. You tell your kids, don't be a bully. You tell your kids, don't be a bigot. You tell your kids, do your homework and be prepared. And then you have this outcome, and you have people putting children to bed tonight, and they're afraid of breakfast. They're afraid of, how do I explain this to my children?
I like it. They're afraid of breakfast. They're afraid of breakfast.
They're afraid of breakfast. Let's stop. Who made these kids that way?
Stop. You're going too fast, too far. Hold on.
Putting children to bed tonight, and they're afraid of breakfast. They're afraid of, how do I explain this to my children? I have Muslim friends who are texting me tonight saying, should I leave the country? I have families of immigrants that are terrified tonight. This was many things. This was a rebellion against the elites. True, it was a complete reinvention of politics and polls. It's true. But it was also something else. We've talked about race. I mean, we've talked about everything but race tonight. We've talked about income. We've talked about class. We've talked about region. We haven't talked about race. This was a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president in part. And that's the part where the pain comes. And Donald Trump has a responsibility tonight to come out and reassure people that he is going to be the president of all the people who he insulted and offended and brushed aside. Yeah, when you say, you want to take your country back, you got a lot of people who feel that we're not represented well either. But we don't want to feel that someone has been elected by throwing away some of us to appeal more deeply to others. So this is a deeply painful moment tonight. I know it's not just about race. There's more going on than that.
Yeah, but he calls it a white lash, and NBC took that ball and ran with it.
Outside the nation's African-American History Museum, there's deep worry about President-elect Donald Trump's victory and the huge turnout by rural, working-class, white voters.
How much is it about race? I mean, Trump has made the whole election about race, so about 100% of it.
I'm not angry. I'm hurt. I'm hurt because it says a lot about America.
They see what's been called a white lash. White Americans feeling left out and deep resentment as the nation grows more diverse. Rallied by a candidate who promised to ban Muslims, wall out Mexicans, and who challenged the very legitimacy of the nation's first black president.
For 16-year-old Valerie Travi, who was born in the U.S., this election seems more like an eviction. Her undocumented parents were deported back to Colombia 10 months ago. With Clinton, she saw hope. With Trump, helplessness.
Yeah, so this is the white lash meme, which is very, very uncool. And this is going to lead us into the millennials and the problems that have been created, because I actually see this as a very, very fucking serious point. But I need to lead us into it a little bit, so I have a few clips and some gems here. So mini package, John, starting off with Andrea Mitchell, who is in mourning.
Late yesterday, her team was still optimistic that they would prevail. Instead, they are now planning a concession speech shortly this morning as history is put on hold yet again.
At Clinton headquarters, heartbreak.
Oh my gosh. Looking up at the glass ceiling, and it's still just solid.
Women supporters who had hoped this would finally be their year, shocked and distraught. The wait for the country's first female commander-in-chief, 240 years and still counting.
And if the woman who President Obama called the most qualified person ever to run for the White House couldn't break through, the question remains, who can?
History has been put on hold again. I think history was made, quite honestly, Andrea Mitchell. And the millennials are, I underestimated this. I have millennials in my life. You've got millennials in your life. I underestimated this kind of response. This is, you might want to back away from your speakers. It gets crazy.
It has to be a joke. I do not believe this is happening. I'm literally about to fucking kill myself, and I'm not kidding. You better fucking
It's I know.
This is on, by the way, I want to give people a warning. You should get on the newsletter list, because in the next newsletter I've been isolating some of this sort of thing that you just played on Twitter.
Yes.
Where they're threatening Trump's life.
Yeah.
They're going to kill themselves.
Hold on. Let me just finish up the package, and then we got to get into this big deconstruction. Back to MSNBC for a second. O'Donnell, Larry, talking about how everyone's crying.
Rachel, America is crying tonight. I'm not sure how much of America, but a very, very significant portion. And I mean,
well, how about less than half, Lawrence? I don't know how many people are crying. Well, how about less than half?
Rachel, America is crying tonight. I'm not sure how much of America, but a very, very significant portion. And I mean literally crying. Yeah. I've gotten texts from a college campus about a dorm that's just in tears. I know of another that I'm hearing from elsewhere. And some of the people you were just talking about are crying, from California to Massachusetts, about this. This is a sadness. It is a mourning moment for those people, and it is a moment filled with fear. And Donald Trump, thankfully, I don't think instilled any more fear tonight in his speech. It wasn't one of those speeches that had that kind of stuff in it. But he has a job to do. What we saw happen in the stock market is happening in the hearts of Americans. They are afraid. Donald Trump has to address that.
Yeah, I guess they all went up the next day. Everyone went up, right? My heart is up. This James Woods tweeted out this video.
Help us now. Help us now. Help us. They don't want to do this. These people up there. These souls in their fucking yachts. They aren't in here, and they are not in our country. They are not American. Get them the out of here. Get them the out of here. This is ours. This is Liberty Plaza. Yeah. We love you, okay? So just stay calm. Don't be violent. Thank you. All right? Thank you. Thank you. We're strong. We are strong. Do you see how strong we are? This could have gotten so worse, but we are taking it farther. We are taking it farther, like the future cars are going to have more mileage and more sustainable stars than on the flag. We're going to make our forefathers feel like they are our dads and not sad and rolling in the grave, because we are going to save our country. Save our country! Save our country! Come with us. Come with us. Do you feel this? Because we feel you. We are making history. Okay.
Come join us now. We need your help. This is not the way America is supposed to be. Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Was that a put on?
No, that was real. That was real.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I watched the video. I mean, I think I'm a pretty good judge if it's real or not.
I think it's good actors.
Well, here is my final one, and then we need to talk. Now, I like this girl, Miley Cyrus. I've always liked her. I liked her as Hannah Montana. My daughter and I grew up watching. Well, she grew up, and we watched it together. And for all the grief she gets, and she, of course, was a huge Hillary bot, I have to say I have huge respect for how she handled this. Now, she was really upset. She's crying. This is a selfie video.
Who cries at a presidential election because your man lost?
This is what we need to discuss. This is we cannot just jump over this and say, ha, 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 you stupid snowflake. This is important. This is the last clip I have of Millennium.
We could.
No, I have something to say. Yeah. All right, here it is. Where are you, Miley? Here we go.
Okay. So probably like most people that are going to see, well, maybe not, because given the result, maybe I really am different, and maybe a lot of people that I'm surrounded by think with open minds and open hearts like I do. And I do want to say that I've been very vocal for my support for everyone besides Donald Trump. heavily supported Bernie, heavily supported Hillary. And I still think that in her lifetime she deserves to be the first female president. And that's what makes me so sad. Is that I just wish that she had that opportunity because she's fought for so long. And because I believe her when she says that she loves this country. This is all she's ever done. She's given her life to make it better. But like Donald Trump so ironically played after his speech, it said you can't always get what you want. And happy hippies, we adjust and we accept everyone who they are. And so Donald Trump, I accept you. And this hurts to say, but I even accept you as the president of the United States, and that's fine. That's fine, because I think now I want to be a hopeful hippie, and I want to be hopeful that you will step into, and President Obama, Mr. Obama, I want to say thank you for everything you've done in these past years. But please just treat people with love and treat people with compassion and treat people with respect. And I will do the same for you. And anyway, anything you ever want to talk about or understand, maybe people that don't think the same way that you and some of the people that support you do, please, if you want to open your mind and you want to open your heart, I would love to give you a key. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hillary, for inspiring all of us.
Okay.
That is pathetic.
No. I like that she said she accepted Donald Trump as her president, because this is out of the norm.
This is a exhibitionism of the worst order. She's on the... Why would anybody subject themselves to this sort of thing? I'm going to put myself crying like a baby over the election, over Hillary, and then put myself on camera and then let everyone see? I think this is just exhibitionism.
Yes. No, I'm going to tell you what's going on. And I'm going to look at all the parents of millennials in United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
You have done a huge disservice to your children, and you need to act at this very moment. It is so obvious. And it surprised me even. We had the protests here in Austin as well, although, they were bussed in, so that's probably a Soros something or other, but that doesn't matter. These children have been, just imagine for a second, put yourself in an 17-year-old's brain, and for a year and a half, all you hear is Hitler hates blacks, hates Jews, KKK, World War III, gonna ruin everything, gonna blow everything up. We'll have no economy. It's gonna be shit. He's a bully. He's a horrible man. He hates women. Grab him by the pussy. You don't think that has an effect if you're not sitting there and saying to your children, well, this is just a lot of banter. It goes back and forth. No, because you also bought into it, you weak piece of shit parents. Very, very, very sad. And put into that the culture of I deserve, it's all, I should have this safe space, which is also your fault. You need to step in right now, and you need to explain to these children what happened and that you were fooled too. Because when kids wake up, yes, Daddy, I don't understand. Why does a bully win? That you told me this couldn't happen is because you set your children up for failure, and you have to jump in right now, grab them by the scruff of the neck, and tell them the first thing we do is we support our president, who no matter who it is. No matter who it is. And if you don't do that, well, when you're lying on the side of the street because your children are too fucking stupid to have any kind of economic standing in the world and to take care of you when you're old and decrepit, it's your own fault. You got to jump in right now. I'm so mad about this. These children, they sound like pathetic idiots. They have been abused.
Play the pet peeve thing.
Yeah, you better believe. I'm sweating.
Okay.
And by the way, And by the way, all of my friends in Europe are saying, what the hell is wrong with your children? They say, wow, the stupid Americans. What are these kids? Who are these morons? Now we look stupid because of the protest. Everyone's, hey, what the hell is going on with these kids over there? It is such a fantastic opportunity, such a learning moment that I'd really like parents to consider taking advantage of it. You can see, hey, this is how you get bamboozled. This is how the world really works. These are the forces that are at play. This is what's happening. There are forces trying to take your mind and your thoughts and turn them into something which is not necessarily in your best interest. But these kids may not even know what's in their best interest yet. This is what really worries me. I don't care about Trump being president. These kids who do not have the capacity, the learning, the base, the background to see that, oh my God, no, you're not going to get everything. No, it's not for, no. You got to fight. You got to work.